Alright, just going for a little aimless cruise here. I want to talk about the 9/11. The claim that the U.S. government had advanced knowledge of 9/11 before it happened and did nothing, which, of course, yeah, they did have advanced knowledge. Of course they did. But it still implies like they knew nothing. And the truth is that the United States simulated no less than 5 times hijackings in the run-up to multiple hijackings as planes used as weapons multiple times in the run-up to 9/11. And as far as the Pentagon, they simulated 3 mass Calavenge with a plane hitting the building 3 times in the year leading up to 9/11. But I think the most damning thing are all the war games that were going on at the very time, the very day of 9/11. In fact, it was the scale of the war games and exercises that day was unprecedented. It was the largest scale of military exercises in history. They had simulation Vigilant Guardian, Vigilant Warrior, Northern Vigilance, Tripod, all simulations of hijacked airplanes. And they involve putting in false radar blips. So, the people that were responsible for this didn't have to let everyone in on it. It's clear because they had these things in place to confuse the response. They had as many as 29 targets on the radar screens that day. And if you go hear the logs, they're constantly asking, is this real world or is this exercise? Now, as far as, if it was really terrorist groups, some man in a cave directing this, how on earth were they able to infiltrate NORAD in the military industrial complex to schedule these events to coincide with the actual happening? It's preposterous. There's no doubt that our own government was responsible. Even there was another simulation called Fertile Rice, which involved Osama bin Laden himself using a drone to attack Washington. And many of the simulations that were happening that day involved actual drone-controlled airplanes. And the thing I've been thinking about is how you go back and look, most of the time was spent hunting what they said was a Phantom Flight 11. Like after it had supposedly crashed into the North Tower, supposedly they were chasing it and it was heading south towards Washington, and now they called it another Phantom Flight, a false thing. But what if that really was Flight 11? Looking back on things, I'm kind of leaning towards it was, but I don't know. But as far as all these war games and the time, how many times they simulated the exact events before it happened is, without a doubt, points to who is really behind this thing. I took for granted that, a lot of the people in this community already knew about this stuff, which, just in case we didn't, it's something that you guys really need to go back and look on. And, another interesting thing was on September 12th, a biochemical attack was scheduled for New York City. So they had triage units and, a medical facility, medical tents already set up and ready to go. So when the event happened the day before, how convenient for everyone that these things were a mere 4 miles away, already set up and ready to go. Think about it, people. These same people are now trying to tell us that they're concerned about our health and they're here to save us from this scary pandemic.